Equity is framed by a number of issues of concrete inequity, vulnerability, adaptation, development, all of which evidenced in these discourses at the UNFCCC that relative truths always work for the advantage of the few over the many. Universal truths present lucid and compelling insights and do so to a wider audience. Hence, there is space at the ethical perspective that links rights and ecology under the rubrics of equity rightly considered. In the first instance, equity deals with rights deferred. Now, you don't hear that very much in these corridors. What you hear in these corridors is usually, you have to move or I won't move. You move first and then I will move. Or the equity is in somehow or another, if you give in something, you lose. As a matter of fact, equity is a first principle. Finds a primary disposition in reasonableness and in moderation in the exercise of one's legitimate rights, in a disposition to avoid insisting too rigorously what you truly have as a legitimate right, but you demur, because something more fundamental, something much more, if you will, basic, has a priority. It is, in a sense, an appeal to conscience, but it is found in law. Our world has to hear that equity calls us to a more ultimate term of reference, in the light of which legitimate rights are modified, if not forsaken, deferred, so that more fundamental rights are preserved. Rights come with existence. That which confers existence confers rights. Each entity has three rights, if you will. The right to be, or the right to existence. The right to habitat, or a place to exist. And a right to fulfill its role in the ever-renewing and integrating functioning processes of the earth. And we all know we are here because those very processes that support and enhance life are being affected negatively. And we are called back to live life, if you will, on the basis in which life has been granted to us. The paradigm has changed. Ecology does not function within economics. Economics must function within ecology. It might be said, as it is said in some of the philosophies in Catholic theological thought, the universe is primary, the human is derivative. The most noble quality in every entity in the universe is the order of the universe. Is this correct? Yes. Equity, rightly considered, addresses the fundamental alienation of the human community from the earth community that has occurred only in this most recent epoch of human development, the past 200 years. The great difficulty of our times is our inability to waken out of this cultural pathology. Thousands of articles have been written and a long list of books could be compiled concerned with this commitment to progress and its sense of unlimited growth. Yet, this philosophy over the human venture remains vigorous. Equity supports essential growth. In a special manner, humans have not only a need, but a right of access to the natural world to provide not only the physical need of humans, but also the wonder needed by human intelligence, the beauty needed by human imagination, and the intimacy needed by human emotions for personal fulfillment and therefore for the fulfillment of the planet itself. Unless and until humanity achieves an ethical stance that recognizes the intrinsic value of nature, all of our efforts will end in failure. There is a sense in all of this that we hear in these corridors that environmental integrity, economic efficiency, and social equity are equal. They are not equal. There was a wonderful presentation by Will Stefford, I believe his name is Director of the Climate Change Studies at the National University of Australia, stated clearly that he has a different paradigm. Concentric circles in which the environment is the larger circle, social equity and economic efficiency within that. And therefore, as a final remark, how do I see religions as such? If they are to be effective, how should they look upon themselves? And how should they realize that they are part of this changing paradigm? And if I can find this quote, I'll finish the presentation. It's very good and it's worth waiting for. Yes, I think I found it. As part of this long cosmic process, it can be said that the varied spiritual traditions scattered across the globe are not of yesterday, nor are they simply of the earth. In some manner, they were born when the galaxies appeared in the limitless swirl of space. The dynamic at work in all this has found unique expression in the formation of the green earth, with its myriad forms of life and their completion in man. In man, the galaxies become aware of themselves. The globe comes to its most intense form of life. Matter reaches its high transformation in those interior spiritual experiences within the human comes to itself in both its personal identity and identity with the universe. This process takes place in the presence of that divine mystery in which everything finds its peace and its perfection. Thank you very much.